Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up? So today we're going to do I guess like a little vlog status style on this one, guys. So if you guys didn't know, I had, somewhere around 70 some odd GPUs sitting in my room over here, and had everything really nice and organized on a couple of shelves, a few rigs on the floor. And I had another rack set up for holding all the extra gear and everything that was like spare parts and all of this. And since I moved everything down to the facility, I brought most of my racks down there. I kept one here that for my extra gear, which would be stuff that I was keeping here, plus my 3D printing stuff. But I didn't realize I had an extra rack, and as if you could see right here, I have some rack material that we had it for a while, and I had it tucked off to the side and totally forgot about it until the wife was like, "Hey, should I grab another wire rack setup for you?" And I was like, "No, we have one. I should use that one, save the money on that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna repurpose it." So I ended up I've got a 3090 rig here that's I got a custom water loop on there. I've got my 3080 rig here, and then I've got two rigs with A2000s directly plugged into the motherboard. Can I sit there and consolidate it all onto one rig? Probably. Will I end up doing that right now? No, because I don't have any other way to really hold on to the A2000s properly at this point. I don't want to really hang them. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to, put them into like a server case or something like that. And then I would be like, good to go. These are my modded cards, so I'd like to be able to get at them if I needed to, because I did shunt mod them. So without any further ado, guys, we're going to break down this table. I'm going to set this shelf up, organize the room a little bit, and I'm going to take you guys for a ride. Yo, come on, let's do this. All right, guys, this is my MSI 3080 Supreme X Edition. This thing needs to be cleaned out. I don't know if my cameras have picked it up too well here, but definitely kind of scuzzy. And then coming back here, we have a EVGA 3080 for the Win 3. She's not so dirty. She doesn't get dirty back here. It looks like it's usually this guy that gets dirty and that guy that gets dirty. That guy stays clean. That guy usually stays clean. This is just a regular MSI Trio. And then back there I've got the Founders Edition. The Founders Edition gets dirty. And then the Supreme X. I think it's just because up against the wall, fresh air coming in, a little bit of dust and everything. Cats like to sit up in the window here, and their fur kind of might probably get sucked up into there. And then usually the front leading fans usually get pretty dirty because cats. Coming over here, I have my 3080 XE3 here. The little small little guy, and then of course here comes the water blocking system. Yo! So we've got 3 Kingpin 3090s. These ones are the Hydro blocks, the Hydro edition. This one is the hybrid. And then I've got a Gigabyte RX 6800 XT back here. And then I've got another 3090 XE3. And that was the XE3 back there, that 3090, that was the first card on this rig. So hence I call this one the 3090 rig. And then swooping down here, here is a A2000. And then coming over here, here's another A2000. Everything just needs a little dusting off. But the first thing that I'm going to do here is that was like a temporary thing because the other breakout board broke on me, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't the power supply, so I put this on here temporarily, but it never got put back into the rig. So I'm going to do that right now. 3, 2, 1, like that.
power supply is back up underneath there where it belongs, not behind the rig. So now this rig is back up. I'm testing everything out, making sure that it's all up and running. The power supply that was controlling was this graphics card and this card. So the 3080 and the 3090 XT3 were being controlled on a at that time I had my 1500 watt power supply that I put over here, and I've got my 1200 watt back on here that I repaired. The breakout board on and off the circuit failed, so I had to bypass it, so now it's an all the time on situation, but everything is back up and running. We're kosher. Now, the next thing we got to do with all of this is we got to turn it all off. I've got to set up some shelves here. So it's going to take me forever to do this, but for you, it's going to be about this quick. Yo, check this out. Yo, yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here, guys. So now we got everything off the table. We got those happy rigs right there off of these boxes. I'm sure these boxes look better up here than having a rig on here. So I've got my A2000s on the top shelf because they're so light. They're right next to the network switch. Then I've got my 3080s here. I've got my 3090s, a 3080 with a 6800 XT. And then I've got storage down here plus more fluid. So I've also got, this is my heaviest rig down here at the bottom. It's also on the bottom rack. And if this ever has a leak of any sort, it's going to leak down on the other items and not other rigs. So it's more safe this way. Put my Kingpin boxes up here. It is about 90 degrees in here, about 24-25% humidity. Coming around here, you can see that I've got my monitor for the rigs back here. So if I've ever got to see exactly what's going on, change BIOS or anything, this is the monitor I use. I've got keyboard and mouse over here. And then I've got all the power cables neatly tucked behind here. I've got another 30 amp circuit that I'm not utilizing down here. So I could add more rigs to this setup here. I just don't have more rigs here at the house. I've sent everything over at the facility. So with all of this being set up this way, it's gonna be a lot easier to maintenance. I've got the Veta frame sitting where I put the feet in between the rungs. And this way, this bar here sits on the rack. And so this thing is sitting flat on the rack here. So this is a lot more stable. Same thing with that rig down there. And what's also nice is if I ever have to do any maintenance with this, I can slide the whole rig over to the end, put a bucket right on the floor, in the loop, whatever I need to do right here on the rack, and it's not going to bother me too much to be able to run everything. Made everything look really nice and neat. That is my Ethernet coming in right here. I didn't have enough length to put it up against the wall the way I wanted to. I got it almost the way I wanted, but I needed to have it where, you know, I kind of unwound it going the other way, and then found I didn't have enough length going out the door, because it's like my other switch is just on the other side of this wall right here. So right over on the other side of this wall, my other switch is there. So yeah, that's everything that I needed to do here. Everything's hashing away. I've got no other extra fans in this room other than the fan up at the ceiling fan. So I've got a ceiling fan up here, and then I've got, that's the only air that's circulating in this room. Typically I've got that fan down there blowing, but as of right now, I'm seeing how it's going to work in this configuration, because originally this rig, the radiators were facing that way, because it was originally during summer mode, it would just be sucked right out the window. So I'm doing something a little differently this time around. I'm thinking I'm going to leave the rack set up like this, and I'm going to make like a little box around the window and pull air right through the rig, and then have it be exhausted there and exhausted over there. Since I was like cleaning up in here, and I'm getting ready for some chickens, I've got some of my workout equipment over here, but that's my next tackle of stuff. And then me being able to ship stuff out constantly, I've got to be able to have boxes. Don't worry, guys. I do have a fire extinguisher. So there is a positive. Yo! So with that being said, guys, thumbs up this video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Peace out, and stay savage, guys. Yo! So also join the Patreon if you want to have your rigs hosted with me, have me run your gear. That's what you want, guys. Yo, check it out. Get into the Patreon, links down below. And if not, guys, at least join the Discord. Links down below. Discord's free. Get into the pseudo hasher tier into my Patreon, guys, and you'll get some VIP perks that will end once the facility opens up its doors to the public, guys. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Yo.